I will strengthen the arms of the king of Babel, and put my sword in his hand, but I will break the arms of Pharaoh, and he shall groan before him with the groanings of a deadly wounded man. And I will hold up the arms of the king of Babel, and the arms of Pharaoh shall fall down. And they shall know that I am Yahweh, when I shall put my sword into the hand of the king of Babel, and he shall stretch it out upon the land of Mithraim, and I will scatter the Mithraim among the nations, and disperse them through the countries, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. Ezekiel chapter 31. And it was in the 11th year, in the 3rd month, in the 1st day of the month, that the word of Yahweh was to me, saying, Son of Adam, say to Pharaoh, king of Mithraim, and to his multitude, Whom art thou like in thy greatness? Behold, Ashur was a cedar in the Lebanon, beautiful of branch, and with a forest-like shade, and of high stature, and its top was among the thick boughs. The waters nourished it, the deep made it to grow, the rivers thereof ran round about its plantation, and it sent out its channels to all the trees of the field. Therefore its stature was exalted above all the trees of the field, and its boughs were multiplied, and its branches became long, by reason of many waters, when it shot them forth. All the birds of the skies made their nests in its boughs, and under its branches did all the beasts of the field bring forth their young, and under its shadow dwelt all great nations. And it was beautiful in its greatness, in the length of its branches, for its root was by many waters. The cedars in the garden of God could not hide it. The fir trees were not like its boughs, and the plane trees were not as its branches, nor was any tree in the garden of God like it in its beauty. I made it beautiful by the multitude of its branches, so that all the trees of Eden that were in the garden of the God envied it. Therefore thus said the Lord Yahweh, because thou art exalted in stature, and he hath set his top among the thick boughs, and his heart is lifted up in his height, I will even deliver him into the hand of the mighty one of the nations. He shall surely deal with him. I have driven him out for his wickedness. And strangers, the terrifying of the nations, have cut him off, and have left him. Upon the mountains and in all the valleys his branches are fallen, and his boughs are broken by all the watercourses of the land, and all the peoples of the earth are gone down from his shadow, and have left him. Upon his ruin all the birds of the skies shall dwell, and all the beasts of the field shall be upon his branches. to the end that none of all the trees by the waters exalt themselves in their stature, neither set their top among the thick boughs, nor that their mighty ones stand up on their height, even all that drink water, for they are all delivered to death, to the nether parts of the earth, in the midst of the children of Adam, with them that go down to the pit. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, in the day when he went down to Sheol, I caused a mourning, I covered the deep for him, and I restrained the rivers thereof, and the great waters were stayed, and I caused Lebanon to mourn for him, and all the trees of the field fainted for him. I made the nations to shake at the sound of his fall, when I cast him down to Sheol with them that descend into the pit. And all the trees of Eden, the choice and good one of Lebanon, all that drink water, were comforted in the nether parts of the earth. They also went down into Sheol with him, to them that are slain by the sword, yea, they that were his arm, that dwelt under his shadow in the midst of the nations. To whom art thou thus like in glory and in greatness among the trees of Eden? Yet shalt thou be brought down with the trees of Eden to the nether parts of the earth. Thou shalt lie in the midst of the uncircumcised, with them that are slain by the sword. This is Pharaoh and all his multitude, saith the Lord Yahweh.
And it was in the 12th year, in the 12th month, in the first day of the month, that the word of Yahweh was to me, saying,
Son of Adam, take up a lamentation over Pharaoh, king of Mithraim, and say to him, Thou wast likened to a young lion of the nations, yet art thou like the reptile in the seas, and thou didst break forth with thy rivers, and troubledst the waters with thy feet, and fouledst their rivers. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will spread out my net upon thee with a company of many peoples, and they shall bring thee up in my net, and I will leave thee upon the land. I will cast thee forth upon the open field, and will cause all the birds of the skies to settle upon thee, and I will satisfy the beasts of the whole earth with thee.